Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook, here at MetLife Stadium, where the New York Giants took on the Dallas Cowboys, and the Cowboys came away victorious by the score of 30-10. Now let's take a look at some first half offensive takeaways for the New York Giants. Offensively, it was a conservative approach to get Eli Manning back into a groove offensively. They didn't really push the football down the field vertically. You saw a lot of running plays, a lot of checkdowns to the tailback. Wayne Gallman played well in that regard, but they didn't really test deep down the field. And the Cowboys didn't do anything specific or anything creative. They stayed in a two deep shell and really kept everything in front of them. But the offensive line, I thought, played well. Eli Manning had some time back there. They were creating some holes for the running backs to have some success. So in that first half, we saw Eli miss two big throws. One on this end of the field, he missed a wide open Rhett Ellison, but he made up for it on the opposite end of the field, hitting him for a touchdown. So that's where he was able to find some success in the passing game. Other than that, their offense really could not get anything going against this Cowboy defense. First half offensive takeaways for the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas moved the football very well on that opening series, got down inside the 5-yard line. Prescott made two bad throws, which led to a field goal. Then he was able to clean things up in the second quarter, started to find himself throwing the football very well in the intermediate area. We saw Rod Smith start to have some success. Alfred Morris had some success as well running the football. That offensive line really kept the Giants on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage. The Giants could not get any pressure on Dak Prescott. They could not clog up any running lanes. So the Cowboys offensive line really paved the way and allowed Dak Prescott to get into that groove and find himself in that second half, which led to points down here on this end of the field. Moving on to the second half offensive takeaways for the New York Giants. Wayne Gallman stepped up big in this game. This is the guy that led the team in rushing, was also a key contributor in the passing game. He was the second lead receiver on his football team. So you started to see why they wanted to get him more involved in this game against the Cowboys. What a way to combat that second level of the Cowboys that was playing really well. But the offense, once again, just couldn't get anything going from a consistency standpoint. You saw the third down offense start to sputter in the second half, which is why they stayed with 10 points and couldn't increase on that total in the second half. Second half offensive takeaways for the Dallas Cowboys. Prescott started to heat up, started finding Cole Beasley, started finding Dez Bryant, and that offense started to move the football really well. You saw Rod Smith have a big touchdown reception, an 81-yard touchdown reception on this end of the field. Then he capped that off by having another long touchdown run on this end of the field as well. So their offense started to get fired. Their offensive line remained consistent, as well as their ground game. Second half defensive takeaways for the New York Giants. Two big passing plays were given up. I thought was the big part, or the big reason why they ended up losing this contest. You saw the big play given up to Rod Smith, also a big play given up on third down to Cole Beasley, who took a short pass a very long way and set the Cowboys up inside the 20-yard line for another score. So those were the two big plays that cost the Giants in the second half. Otherwise, I thought it was a solid defensive effort, keeping the Cowboys sort of inconsistent on their offense. Second half defensive takeaways for the Dallas Cowboys. I thought their defense really stepped up, and that second level played phenomenal. Sean Lee's impact on this game was huge. This is a guy that was on every run stuff. Made an interception, a key interception in the fourth quarter to the Cowboys, the ball back on this end of the field as well. So defensively, the Cowboys were able to step up, started to frustrate that pocket, started to really tighten up against the run, and really kept that Giants offense sputtering in the third and fourth quarter. Player of the game offensively for the New York Giants, I'm going to give it to Wayne Gallman. He led the team in rushing, was a factor in the receiving game, and I thought he played exceptionally well and gave the Giants a chance to put points up on the board because of how he was able to do things on both ends of offense. Defensive player of the game for the New York Giants, we're going to give to Brandon Dixon, who played well outside of the one big play he gave up to Dez Bryant, which was a touchdown. He was able to keep Dez Bryant in check. His man-to-man coverage was excellent. I thought he did a really good job, and this is 2 weeks in a row Brandon Dixon has played excellent football. Cowboys offensive player of the game, going to give it to Rod Smith. The big play he had, the 81-yard touchdown pass, and also the big run he had was really able to close this game out for the Cowboys. And for the defensive side of the ball, the entire second level, that linebacking core, Anthony Hitchens. You also look at Sean Lee being back in the fold. I thought they played great sideline to sideline. Their perimeter defense was excellent, and those three backers on that second level played well enough to where they were the reasons why Dallas was able to come away victorious in this very crucial game that they needed to win in order to keep their playoff hopes alive. So that's a wrap from MetLife Stadium. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook. For all of our NFL coverage, visit our website at footballgameplan.com/NFL. And for all of our 4 Down with the Czar segments, visit our website as well, footballgameplan.com/4 Downs with the Czar.